Gee, oh, not that one.
Hey everyone, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Tim.
And we're longtime friends, outdoor enthusiasts, and filmmakers.
This is the Chill Adventure series. So, I mean, this happens at a lot of events, but essentially there were people fixing things until the wee hours of the morning. I haven't slept very good. I don't know if anyone else has slept well, but here we go.
I had explored just like this one time.
Honestly, one of the funnest parts about this event is all the wild cars that people bring to these events. That's the spinny fun time right there.
All the Crown Vics.
Excuse me, sir.
How many people have tried to pet you?
Everyone last night.
Oh boy.
We just had our driver's meeting. They gave us the waypoints, sort of the lowdown for what the day is going to look like and where we're going to go.
Also, forgot to get gas. And here is what it looks like to try and figure out where those waypoints are.
37.43386. Big crack here. That's only 2 of our 3 gas cans, so we have 1 that's fine.
This is pretty much what my experience of gambling has been when I gamble with Caleb. Is he's broken down somewhere back there, and we're up here and checking out the real estate. This is the part of the story where we turn around and go back.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah, but we're gonna pass one.
Throttle down, foot down. Moment of like.
How many things have we broken and how many miles have we gone?
I don't know, this is round electrical thingy. I don't know what it does. Or does it go? It can't go in from the back because the condenser can't go through it.
Dang it.
Well, I got it. Like it starts, but I don't want it to fall out.
Oh my God, we're running. Here we go. You have multiple ignition coils on you?
Yeah. ¿Qué es esto?
So they're running again, but they got plenty of fuel dumping onto their roof from the cans, so I don't know.
It took us breaking down 3 times, replacing several electrical components, and completely rebuilding one of the carburetors to realize it was actually just the fuel regulator that was the issue. We replaced that with an extra fuel filter and got on the road.
So we've been on the road for like over 2 hours and we have made it about 20 miles. Lunchtime on the trail. And we are eating like kings. Hey, I'm on vacation. Get out of the way or I'll make you into hamburgers.
Can we talk about what has happened and why is that spring not inside the car?
Who needs gas caps? Woo! Driving through the mountains with your friends is a whole lot of fun. But it is the extracurricular activities that really make it interesting.
I think I hit the bush.
What are you doing? Lending out your car to people? Like, hey, there's some gravel in there.
Alright. The power range doesn't hit till about 4,000. This is why I brought 2 spares.
Oh, there it is. Oh, we got a little loose back there, and the top trailing arm worked its way out and bent a couple things. So we're seeing if we can limp it back to the road.
Amazingly, hitting it with a hammer didn't even help.
We're driving along this edge here, which isn't that crazy until you consider that both of our wheels are like this.
Full Monty, we're gonna yank the wheel, we're gonna yank the tie rod, we're gonna yank the trailing arm, yank it all out, and if we can't get it back together, we're gonna go get the trailer. I know. I don't know why.
I would just like to talk about how much I am so confused about VW's suspension right now. Because we had it in there wrong, right?
Yes, 90 degrees.
Which is why it wouldn't go in all the way.
Woo, okay.
It needs to be more like this.
Another inch. A little further, a little further, a little further. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, probably.
That was ridiculous. We're back on the road.
I think we're gonna maybe try to finish the course.
We are good and lost now.
Part of the course is closed. I was all excited too. It was going to be a mud hole. Not that we would have been able to do it in this thing.
Hi, welcome to the Gambler 500 Colorado Edition. This year, we're picking up trash. Oh wait, every year we do, because Gambler 500 is one of the biggest public lands cleanups in the country. We get to travel over huge areas of public land, and when we stop, we pick up tons of bleep that out, that people have thrown everywhere.
I'm in a food market, yes.
We really wanted to hit every waypoint, but because of, you know, some things that we don't need to go over again, we just didn't have the time.
You saw the montage.
You saw the montage.
Oh my goodness. So day 2 has started. Although it started quite long and violently. It's so early.
Tim, being a masochistic idiot, decided to enroll in a 30-minute mini bike race. You have to understand what we're talking about here. Completely rigid bike, no suspension whatsoever, completely heinous trail, rocks, holes, weeds, blind corners, mass start. I opted out because it sounded like a terrible idea. And it was. One of the ways you could actually make up time on your competition was by taking what they called the Joker line, which is this terrible line over a bunch of tires that were bigger than the wheels of the mini bike itself. Oh! Yeah, see? Terrible.
That front fender too. The fender's stuck. Go, go, go. Oh!
Say what you want about Tim's competitiveness and his masochism, he's definitely a sportsman. When it was done and dusted, Tim had over 4 laps on the competition, but it may not have been worth it.
That may not have been worth it. Chill CBD and racing mini bikes are inextricably connected.
See?
See? This is why we do things like this, because it takes us to places like this.
What on earth? We're gonna actually try to hit all the waypoints, unlike yesterday. We just didn't have enough time. Next waypoint.
He is
That's him right there.
definitely
He's a boxer.
football player.
Look at that frown. That man is ready to punch someone. Found some pieces of trash out in the desert.
Grab
There's
some
1,
trash.
there's 2, oh, and there's 3.
I mean, we were flying a drone, then we weren't flying a drone. I mean, it's all for the show. Insert footage here.
Can we mention that it was a malfunction and not us hitting something?
And we're still out here, still picking up trash.
True to form, our alternator stopped working, so
We're getting a bump from the Aveo.
I think they just tied the goat to the wall.
it's an easy drift when your suspension's already leaning to the side.
What are you doing? Oh, what you got here? Very nice.
No party here.
It's the second brazier we found out here.
You could put a village in that one.
It says hola.
This has got to be our last waypoint. We need to go back and say thank you to these people before we drive home.
And then your fender well decided to.
I guess we were pulling in and my fender well fell off.
How do we feel? How was that?
That was a lot after several times of this. This is really fun, and you can have a lot of fun and go new places and meet new people for very little money.
It's also one of the best ways to get incredibly frustrated about your car because you put all this work into prepping your car and getting ready, and then you get out there and people already think you shouldn't be out there in a 50-year-old carbureted air-cooled vehicle, and then you break down, and then, yeah, I don't know. Dude, that moment when we got the arm back in and it worked.
That was a good time.
Oh man, you know, this is one of those like soul events where people just believe in the event beyond any sort of profit that they're making or any really benefit.
I'm Nikki, my husband is Josh. This is our third gambler that we've coordinated here in Colorado. You know, letting people be creative with their vehicles, right? Like, it's super cool to see how creative people can be as far as their paint schemes, how they modify it, that kind of stuff. Two, it's getting like-minded people together and enjoying that camaraderie that we build, and as we call it, the GAM fam. And three is allowing people to connect with the environment they're in, because we try and take people places that they've never been before.
Yeah, thanks Andy for co-driving with me. You're probably a better driver than me, but yeah. And it was just nice having someone who could like troubleshoot when things go wrong, and it's just fun to have people along that you know.
Brian knows way more about everything than I do, so he's the one that welded up all the skid plate and made sure the engine wouldn't explode.
You can have fun too. You should look up gamblers. If you're not in Colorado, you should look up gamblers where you live and see if they have one in your state or in your area. It's kind of one of the funnest things you can do off-road. It's definitely like a challenge event, like a can you overcome a bunch of challenges to do something really hard with your friends out in the desert or the mountains or whatever.
You can do this kind of thing and have an incredible time in a daily driver like Tim's, or a 50-year-old air-cooled carbureted vehicle that was never designed to do this kind of thing. Even though you think you can't, you can do it.
What is that? Is that a turbocharged RAV4?
Probably is. Until next time.
Until next time, ABG.
ABG.
That stands for always be gambling.
Yeah, that's what that means.